like a king of the hill. Anyone who wants it has to run toward you because it's raised higher than the rest of the map.
I'm usually playing one of two ways. All in, full ham, dying again and again. Or in objective modes, I'll flank and get the jump on people. Satellite scratches both of those itches. Even though it's an outdoor space, the map's two different regions mean I can play long and short range tactics.
I'll be honest, I am trash with the sniper rifle, but a shotgun, that I can do. I have always been a big fan of close quarters combat, and there is great cat and mouse style.
Donc le désarme est très bien, je trouve.
The crash satellite is a super fun spot to try
Ça va
and
être une bonne petite map, ça.
predict
Une
which
bonne
way they'll
petite map
circle
de
the debris
campeur.
and run up behind them,
Comment on
or
aime.
just duck inside the satellite and take your shot.
This is going to be one of those classic
Voilà, en gros,
Black
je
Ops
fais le live à
maps
chaud.
the world knows and loves for how
Ensuite, il y
quickly
aura,
engagements fire up.
Il y aura le théorie.
East and West collide on the open seas in a top-secret mission.
Inspired by a real-life event,
Dans
Project
le bateau
Historian,
encore.
CIA, JSOC, and Soviet forces converged to recover a sunken prototype nuclear Soviet submarine from the ocean floor.
The calm waters of Armada explode into massive naval
Oh,
conflicts as
74
players
vues.
battle for
Ah, vous
control
avez vu.
of large naval vessels.
No
74 vues, bon,
lanes,
déjà c'est
wall only
confirmé, c'est une
win,
bonne
players
map,
can
j'aime bien
engage
ça.
on ships' decks, in the water, and on vehicles like wake runners
On pourra
and
faire des
gunboats.
bataillons de jet ski.
Armada is chaos
C'est lourd,
in the
ça.
best way.
This
Comment?
really cool map that gives this amazing sense of exploration. There are so many little individual areas to find.
Ah,
and
deux
new
sur le jet ski,
ways
des
to
bateaux avec les
surround
tourelles.
or flank your enemies and get
Tu
their
roules de bateau en
input.
bateau. Oh, ça va être bizarre ça. On dirait une Galile. On dirait la Galile,
A
hein.
hidden safe house has been discovered right in the heart of the USSR, in the shadow of Moscow's opulent train station. With Spetsnaz dispatched, the area has gone hot.
So the Moscow
J'ai
map is
résistance.
set in the dead heart of a big city. So you're wandering through
En
these
Russie.
streets with
En
a
Allemagne.
bunch of cars, and there's tall buildings on
Il y
either
a
side
des
of
bons
you.
petits viseurs, hein.
There's this sense that
Franchement, il a
you've
l'air
been
très
dropped into
réaliste,
a
je
point
trouve.
in history.
First thing I do is run right to the center because that's where all lanes
Ah, c'est ça,
cross
Moscou.
in the Moscow map.
Ok.
And
Le shotgun. Ah
eventually,
oui, oui,
it
c'était quoi
doesn't
ce
take
pompe? C'était à
long.
l'ancienne ça?
People are gonna
Oh.
run through the metro
Par
station.
contre, les lunettes comme ça, c'est pas trop mon délire.
So you can just sit there and wait, but chances are
On
there's
dirait
gonna
une
be people
M4,
running
une
right to your
7
line
au
of fire
batteuse.
right off the bat.
Genre de RPD.
It's a classic three-lane map where teamwork really makes the dream work.
January 17th,
Miami aux
1980.
USA, la map.
This location
Oh,
is
ah oui, ah bah
heavily
ça on
influenced
l'a
by
vu dans la
Miami's
Ligue.
famous, or perhaps
On l'avait vu.
infamous, Ocean Drive. This is a night map, but one unlike players have seen before.
You can sneak through dark,
Oh.
shadowy alleys,
Map un peu de
go
nuit.
out onto the beach, out into the ocean,
You can dive in the water and wait along the coast to get the drop on the other side.
Il
or
manque beaucoup de viseurs,
just
je
go
trouve.
right down the street and bask in the neon light.
Un fumigène ou lance-grenade.
The first
Lance
time I
grenade.
played through
Ah,
Miami,
lance
I
grenade,
could
oh,
hear this
putain.
80s nightclub music playing through the
Et
walls
c'est
of
la
the
merdique.
buildings. The little details
juste,
make
ma paix,
it
franchement.
lifelike and it becomes this joy to experience.
Toujours de commando. Une M16, M4.
Basically, my goal is to never be on the main street in the center because that is sniper heaven, and that
Sure.
is Brittany
Oh.
hell. So I always go and try to flank and get those snipers from the back.
Grosse
Our
batteuse, on
art
dirait la
design teams worked really
L186.
hard to bring the best possible night experience
La
to the
piscine.
players. You'll see
On dirait
that
la map
play
en
out
Grèce,
when
là.
you sneak in the shadows
Que
on the beach, or
Advanced
engage
Warfare.
enemies in the center strip.
It really makes people feel like they're in Miami in the 80s.
Si je regarde pas droit, c'est que comme j'ai le troisième écran, il est à droite. Ça.
In Crossroads, NATO has learned a large Soviet missile
Au map dans la
launcher
neige,
is
ça fait
on its way
longtemps.
to the border.
Special forces
longtemps.
dispatched
Oh.
alongside MI6 to ambush the convoy
Oh.
and secure the weapons before all
Moto
hell
de
breaks
neige.
loose.
Soviet convoy disabled.
It's one of our most cinematic maps with a boots on the ground feel
On dirait
that
Sud
feels
Base.
pulled from the
Ah, je sais pas
campaign.
si de base.
Your team will want to hold down and protect its own outposts to guarantee access
On
to
dirait
one
une
of these
mission de
states.
Modern Warfare 2,
But infantry
je crois.
combat doesn't take a backseat in Crossroads,
Mais
as
vous faites
natural
poursuivre
terrain and
avec les
foliage
motos de neige.
masks movements and provides tactical advantages.
There's a bunch of snowmobiles when you first spawn, and it's a mad dash to grab one. And now, running people over with the snowmobile is my favorite thing to do.
Each environment changes the dynamic
tank.
of how you play and caters to unique loadouts.
Je pense que ça va pas être,
Crossroads is a bigger map, and that allows you to
partout.
play the way you want to play.
J'ai vu.
The beaches of Miami, a frozen over lake, the open ocean. Our visual research department racked up miles visiting them all.
J'y vais pas être
Because
seul,
if
mais
you're
bon.
going to deploy around the globe in this game,
Il y a
that
beaucoup de gens qui
required
parlent.
them to do the same.
Ils n'en font
The
peu.
mission for our
On est
artist
là.
is absolute authenticity. Step one in that process is photo scanning thousands of real-world objects, terrains, and materials. Those assets ensure our upgraded, physically based renderer delivers the best-looking Black Ops yet. True 4K, high dynamic range with a true color and tone. Ray tracing on systems that support it. Photometric lighting courtesy of our Luminaire system, and overhauled contour terrain system. The result is gritty, it's believable, I dare say it's got ambience. Most importantly, it sets the perfect stage for multiplayer combat. On that note, here's Matt with more on the modes and missions ahead.
We've talked a little bit about where you'll play, but let's talk about what you'll play when you get there. In Black Ops Cold War, our classic game modes are returning and they're better than ever.
Voilà, le match en
From the
mode
tried
par
and
équipe.
true Team Deathmatch,
Domination,
Domination,
SND.
Search and Destroy, to the return of the competitive game mode Control. We've taken a fresh eye to all of your favorites. We're encouraging more meaningful gameplay with larger
Capture des zones,
captures
voilà,
and
nous
domination.
nombreux les modes de
We're
jeu,
updating spawn
domination,
systems and
tout,
hardpoint.
voilà.
And now we show you where the next hardpoint will spawn so you can regroup, rotate, and set up for the next fight. Across all of our classic modes, we're working hard to make this the
Le
most
shotgun, il a l'air
rewarding and
déter. Il me dit quelque chose.
multiplayer experience yet. And while your go-to modes are coming back better than ever, let's talk about the innovative new modes you'll be going to next. With that, let me introduce you to my teammate Marquise Gladney, who's here to tell you about the brand new multiplayer experience we call VIP Escort.
Oh, il faut escorter. Oh, nouveau
VIP
mode de
Escort
jeu.
began with the question.
Faudra-
How can we
nouveau
create
mode de
a
jeu qui
game
vient de
mode
pop.
inspired by the
Pop.
kind of real-life, totally
Faudra
true, but completely redacted Black
escorter,
Ops that first inspired
un
this
otage en fait.
franchise?
Comme un otage.
The result is
Faut
extraction in
excuser,
its purest
pas devoir devoir le
form,
tuer
a
ou
new
quoi.
6-on-6
ça.
objective-based game mode we call VIP Escort. In Black Ops, we normally task you with fighting, but VIP Escort turns that on its head with a new mechanic. If you're selected as the VIP, your number one job, it's to live. In this team-based op, your team will try to escort you off the map or eliminate the other team trying to stop you. As VIP, you'll skip creative class, you're too important after all. Instead, you'll deploy with a kitted out pistol, a smoke grenade, a spy plane for team intel, and a whole lot of hope that your team knows what the hell it's doing. The mission? Stay alive and escape the map. To do so, you'll need to reach one of two possible exfil sites, which rotate over the course of the match to keep teams on their toes. There are stakes here. If you die, that ends the round. But team up and you can get your squad back on their feet quickly via last stand and revive. Each team's choices and tactics create layers of strategy and counterplay, injecting the best of Black Ops themes directly into this
C'est un
competition.
genre de mode de jeu
Will your team pull Cold War mind
vous
games
ranimer
and
tous les zombies.
misdirection by splitting up the
Et j'espère
squad
que
to
c'est
draw
ouais,
fire
ils vont
and
pas
create
donner
distractions for the VIP? Or is a full-on assault more their style? Will they travel ahead and scout, run protection detail, or take a bullet for you Secret Service style? My personal keys to victory? I stay close and escort the VIP and defend them at all costs. If the VIP doesn't make it out alive, it won't matter if you do. This new deniable operation only scratches the surface of what it means to play Cold War multiplayer.
Up next, we want to share another new way to play that goes above and beyond that classic 6v6 experience you've come to expect. Combined Arms is where multiplayer gets bigger and badder, bringing together the best of multiplayer's large-scale battles by combining infantry and vehicular gameplay into a single cohesive combat experience. In Combined Arms Domination, players will deploy into 12 versus 12 battles, each customized
domination comme sur Battlefield en fait.
But these
Avec
battles
les,
aren't
je crois,
just
c'est
bigger
ça.
and more chaotic. We've worked hard to ensure the two levels of boots on the ground and all-out vehicular warfare complement and enhance one another on each map.
Ouais, c'est ça.
Tanks, snowmobiles, wake runners, gunboats, and more. These vehicles amplify the action, sure, but they also create jaw-dropping moments right in the middle of the fight. The way I personally play Combined Arms depends on my mood. If I'm going for the win, it's rally time, and I'm pushing to capture every objective on the map. Whether that means loading up a gunboat on Armada or popping smokes so my team can cross the frozen lake in Crossroads, I'm putting my try-hard pants on and making it happen. And that's the thing. In In Combined Arms, almost anything can happen. I'll seek out fun moments that aren't possible in other modes, like ziplining onto the enemy ship and seeing how long I can last before getting taken out. At launch, you can
personnellement, c'est pas mes préférés modes de jeu dès qu'il y a des véhicules. Ah là là. Les gens ils campent souvent les véhicules. Voilà, ils vous spamment avec le tank. Et pas mon fort.
You saw earlier that the only life preservers on this sea-based map are your tactics, as each capture zone requires a different approach. Will you attack surgically with a two-seater wake runner, gather your squad and storm the main ship?
Après ça, vous voyez ça, je vais l'essayer. Pour ça, j'espère que dans la bêta, il y aura une tenue. Les tanks, j'espère que ça va pas trop être cheaté.
With high-powered tanks patrolling the frozen
lake
and surrounding roads, you'll know how to take on those slow movers. So whether you're hopping onto a snowmobile for a quick flank, or rolling up your sleeves and sticking on some C4, the story is yours to write in Combined Arms.
En gros, c'est bien ce que je dis, c'est domination. Domination, je parle que c'est anglais tout.
Zipline, cross frozen lakes, and dipped into Miami's beaches. That's really just the start of the full deniable ops experience. Add up the work on your favorite classic game modes to the arrival of new modes like VIP Escort and Combined Arms Domination, and it all stacks up to our most ambitious multiplayer yet. One you can play any way you want and in new ways you never expected. If you're a Call of Duty League fan, we have a bunch of new stuff lined up just for you. Stay tuned. This may be a multiplayer game built for everyone, but these will be your deniable operations. And now I'll turn it over to Tony to talk about what we mean when we say signature combat.
Thanks, Matt. Now, a lot has changed for us since the first Black Ops game, from our development pipelines to totally new technologies. But some things haven't changed. And after over a decade of making Black Ops games, we're more inspired than ever to keep honing in on that authentic, classic Black Ops feel, all while taking it to new heights. Now we know that to you, combat is more than just pointing and shooting. It's about how your operator moves and weaves through your surroundings. It's feeling the power of your weapon, how it reacts in your hands, the sound of bullets storming past you, the rattle and bang of fire.
Elle va être tellement bas, elle va être tellement bien.
Authentic, boots on the ground combat.
RPD, je crois.
Oh. But build on all the classic foundations.
Oh, c'est la RPD, celle-là.
Heads-up gameplay, automated healing, and grounded movement. Keeping your player experience in the front of our minds has also inspired a fresh wave of thinking across our creative class and score streak system, where we're introducing features that bring unprecedented transparency to your planning and cinematic wow moments to when you're playing.
Oh, la commando, je crois, c'est.
Now, innovating systems while still capturing that signature Black Ops super smooth feel is a notoriously tricky thing to get just right, and we put everything we have into it for each game. This is an absolute team. So I brought some of my friends from the combat team to help tell you about our initiatives for this game and how they've resulted in.
Oh, il y a la commando, je crois.
Feels just right. Here's Max Porter to start us off.
We've taken lessons learned from across Black Ops and the entire Call of Duty franchise to land on a truly best-in-class weapon experience. The gun is almost always right in front of you and must look great. From its scenes down to its grime, the level of detail in Black Ops Cold War has never been higher.
Ah ouais, les moves sont tapés réalistes. Voilà, j'ai dit ça en plus alors.
You'll feel it in this game, whether you're clocking from long range or firing from the hip. When we think about a gun, we think about the way it looks, the way it's going to move, but a big part of a gun's personality is the sound that it makes. It's like the bark of a dog.
Ah ouais, commando.
Sort of imagining all these guns as characters. That just adds to that level of realism and that sort of immersive quality that is unique to Call of Duty. It's this multifaceted approach to how weapons look, animate, and sound that together defines the feel of Cold War's signature gunfighting experience. Here's Alvin with a debrief on some of the other combat systems waiting for you in Cold War.
Let's talk about two of the most significant and impactful features of multiplayer.
Combat designer, lui.
Our goal with Create a Class in Cold War is to empower you without making trade-offs. This year, better starts with simpler. Create a Class will be a slot-based system.
Ah, on voit le menu custom. C'est ça.
You'll always
M4.
boast a full class.
La commando.
Primary, secondary, lethal, tactical, field upgrade, and a set of perks. Field upgrades are items placed in the world to give your team an advantage. You can earn them solely based on time, not score. And they are the only type of game content that works on a cooldown that lasts.
Ah oui, à l'ancienne, le lance-missile qui détruisait les avions. L'anti-aérien.
This system, in every class, you can pick one of 4 wild cards that let you do things
Ah, ils ont mis des cartes.
primary weapon with up to 8 attachments, carry up to 6
Ah yeah,
perks,
Nagui, fini les 5 accessoires sur une arme.
or carry 3 primary perks from any mix of categories. Of course, a key component of create a class.
La Galil, l'AK. Et j'ai pas vu.
In Black Ops Cold War, there are more optics
Ah,
and
la Galil.
attachments to unlock and configure than ever before. Every primary weapon can be customized with 54
Ah non, il y a les 5 qui
across
sont
8
sympas.
different nodes or attachment points, with at least
Il y a le choix.
6 options per
Ouais, c'est pareil.
attachment. By default, you can equip 5
Ah voilà,
attachments
vous voyez
or
les
8 with the Gunfighter
bons
Wild Card.
accessoires pour les gunfights.
First
Tout.
time,
Ils ont...
Gunsmith will show you what equipping an attachment does as a positive or negative percentage.
Oui, tu peux mettre Halaga tout. Accessoire, tu peux tout mettre, je crois. D'un armée. Il y en a 8. Le viseur Cobra, le viseur à l'ancienne. Black Ops 2 là, détecteur. Streak.
There's one more thing I need to talk about. First up, we've updated score streaks so that earned score is kept through death. This change gives all players a chance to engage with score streaks, one of the most visceral and fun experiences across multiplayer. If you do go on a streak and string together multiple kills before death, streak score bonuses help you earn into those higher-powered score streak tiers. To prevent score streak spam, each score streak will go on a cooldown after it's used to pace out frequency. So, what score streaks are we talking about? Well, your favorites are back.
Les missions histoire XXD, le retour. Lance-grenade,
classic ways to aid in taking an objective, to save your team, to break up the pace of the game with a fun new experience. We've also tailored strategy into the system, as score streaks can often be neutralized with a counter score streak. And now I'll pass it over to Sonny to share more about our operators and how they move in Black Ops Cold
War. Opérateur.
Elite, covert, powerful. When you play as a Cold War operator, you won't just step into the boots of a highly trained precision instrument. Every movement will have a purpose. To increase the fidelity and feel of even the smallest modelers, animators, and concept artists all work side by side, planning for every point of contact with every gun, every stance and position, every scenario. Thanks to increased dynamic bone counts, we've been able to enhance the effects of physics and gravity on what you carry, from the weight of your gear, like pouches and grenades, to the way a wallet chain or rope sways as you sprint. Your entire operator will move more naturally than ever. Here's 4 specific ways movement has improved through new cutting-edge techniques in animation and programmatic movement. The first is sprint takeoff. This is the feature that gives your operator a running start. You start with a little sprint and then it slows down to normal speed. This lets you feel the momentum of like where you're going and where you're going to end up. We wanted to preserve the fluidity and fun of an operator's ability to slide. In Black Ops Cold War, when you slide, you start and end in a crouch position in a balloon.
Ah, y a pas tous les persos qui ont les mêmes slides.
States to function better as one, all while improving gameplay and enhancing pace. Footstep control also plays a big part of the new movement system. Go faster and you'll make more noise. Of course, we still have Ninja as a perk.
Oh, ils ont remis l'atout Ninja! Enfin!
Whether or not you're crouched, how loud you get is now directly tied to how fast you're moving. Lastly, we've incorporated a classic jump with a much more natural height, which will very briefly slow you down on landing. Our goal in all of these movement mechanics is to ensure operators' actions are not just authentic, but intuitive. When you press a button or a key, you should always feel in control of your operator, and this system has been built to translate your decisions into dynamic movement more seamlessly than ever. The era of the game might be the 80s, but the characters you play will move and shoot like the world's most highly skilled operators.
Signature combat. It isn't just how
franchement, c'est du lourd. Ce sont des armes. Franchement, il est lourd. Il est bien réaliste. Franchement, on dirait Black Ops 1. Ouais. Il n'y a pas trop de comme Black Ops 2 en fait.
In which your operators shift around the AO and carry the gear you outfit them in is just as important as the choices you give them. Choices like the overhauled Create a Class system, or all those attachment possibilities in Gunsmith, or the new ways you can earn and deploy score streaks in the thick of battle. These combat initiatives work together to deliver the most intuitive, plausible, authentic,
Je vous jure, on dirait la musique des zombies.
possible. And they're at the heart of Black Ops Cold War. Now, on that note, I'd like to introduce Miles.
Je vous jure, on dirait la musique des zombies, c'est un truc de fou.
Biggest innovations yet.
Thanks, Tony.
Warzone.
All right, everyone.
Warzone.
Let's talk Warzone.
Ils vont parler de Warzone. C'est là que tout va changer. The next evolution of Call of Duty Warzone.
Continuing and expanding the blockbuster battle royale free-to-play experience. And it'll be a true evolution, with Warzone not merely picking up where the Modern Warfare climax left off narratively, but also interweaving the themes, locations, weapons, and vehicles of Black Ops Cold War right into the action. Cold War and Warzone will also share post-launch content from a narrative standpoint across both the Battle Pass system and item shop content.
Le Interlink, voilà, le crossplay encore,
in ways that evolve the Warzone experience while delivering jaw-dropping moments. So yeah, you can expect some surprises along the way. One surprise we're avoiding is the feeling of starting over. It's important to us that you can still use your characters and weapons and progression-related items, which is why investment and progress in Cold War is reflected in Warzone. While these are two very big games, from the beginning they've been built to work together. Your player experience is everything to us. So we're making sure Black Ops Cold War and Warzone share progression.
Voilà, là ils viennent de dire que le niveau de Warzone Cold War en multijoueur c'est le même que Warzone. Comme Modern Warfare en fait. En gros, là, ils viennent de dire en gros que ils ont fait des partenariats pour Warzone en gros, entre Activision, Treyarch et Sledgehammer. En gros, voilà, il y a plusieurs studios qui travaillent sur le Warzone.
We can't wait for you to see how Verdansk and all of Call of Duty will evolve in the year ahead. But that sense of interconnectedness, it extends beyond just Warzone.
Le cross-platform, cross-génération. Cross-génération, c'est Play 5. Voilà, je vous apprendrai.
But will also deliver cross-generation play to the game. That's because Black Ops Cold War is, at its heart, a connected experience.
Voilà le menu.
And playing together on whatever
Voilà, vous voyez le crossplay. Il y a les mecs du Battle.net, PC et Xbox Play. En domination 12 contre 12. Ça c'est leur nouveau mode de jeu là. Armada là m'appelle le bateau. Voilà. Faut noter ça. Battle Pass system.
Black Ops Cold War will be the very first cross-platform, cross-generation Call of Duty experience, making it the deepest game in franchise history. Vaughn, where do we go next?
Yeah, Miles. On the subject of platforms, we've got a very special guest.
Des monstres ils vont faire.
Hey, what's up, Van? On behalf of Beanox, we are extremely excited and proud to bring Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War to Battle.net as the lead PC developer. PC continues to be a critically important pillar of game development for the Call of Duty franchise. In addition to the major improvements we have made to Call of Duty PC in the past, including uncapped frame rates, high refresh rate support, and customized field of view, we're always looking for ways to improve features and customizable settings. One of the biggest improvements this year is that the Black Ops engine now runs on DirectX 12.
En gros, sur le Battle.net, il va se dérouler sur DirectX 12. Nouveau qui est en préparation, je pense.
For players who prioritize immersive gameplay, we have a great partnership with
Ray tracing avec Nvidia.
Performance accelerating
activé.
super sampling or DLSS.
Ouais, sur PC, il va être magnifique, je trouve.
We will
je trouve, c'est sûr.
Ray trace shadows and ambient occlusion to improve the quality of light shadow and sunlight shadow. This improves surface and contact detail and fixes problems associated with traditional shadow mapping techniques like aliasing, freckling, and disconnected shadows. Also, we will be
magnifique le jeu.
AI-powered DLSS, so players will be able to increase their frame rate while maintaining the visual quality of the game. For players looking for better responsiveness, we've integrated the Reflex low latency technology to lower system latency. This combines both GPU and game optimization. We're also happy to announce that Reflex will be coming to Call of Duty Warzone in the future. We have so much more to talk about, but right now I would like to hand it back to David Van Der. Van?
We've declassified a whole lot today, and one thing is clear. Black Ops Cold War is here,
va être insane.
and it's ushering in a new chapter of deniable operations that are undeniably Call of Duty at its very best. Realistic, plausible,
Les maps et tout
gritty.
ça.
You've seen our
Il fait tout.
team-wide commitment to storytelling, infusing the
Même
story
le
and
Warzone, de toute
spirit
façon.
of the Cold War narrative into everything we do, even in multiplayer. You've seen our emphasis on authenticity shine through every location, every weapon, every vehicle, every character. Each one telling a story we can't wait for you to uncover and experience. You've seen us challenge ourselves to not only innovate on classic game modes, but introduce a new generation of instant classics. Modes like VIP Escort and Combined Arms Domination. You'll see that duo played today, and it's just the start, as we've got massive drops of free content planned post-launch, including new and limited time modes. No matter what type of
Je vais vous sortir une vidéo vendredi.
you'll find something for you.
Vendredi et ce week-end et samedi, je pense. 2 vidéos, ça va faire. Faut que je vous fasse la vidéo où on va bien prendre en compte les infos. Je vais bien relire la conférence en français, tout ça. Je comprends pas trop. Et je vous fais cette vidéo, trop important pour moi. Et
And this is a true connected experience. Warzone and Cold War. The events in one will impact the events in the other, expanding Call of Duty in new ways you've never seen before. And Black Ops Cold War is not only a cross-platform game, but it's also a cross-generation cross-platform game. Now, that should be the end of our show, but this wouldn't be a Black Ops multiplayer reveal without some Black Ops style mind games. We have talked a lot today about what Black Ops is, how it feels, what it does, but for over 10 years, Black Ops is also something else. A game that consistently presses the boundaries about what multiplayer means. Our team relentlessly looks for opportunities to offer new types of multiplayer experiences. In Black Ops Cold War, we're excited to be launching an entire new category of multiplayer gameplay called Fire Team.
Le nouveau format de
This
multijoueur.
new format of multiplayer brings together everything that we loved about making Cold War and everything you'll love about playing Cold War. Across every Fire Team
En gros, c'est
you'll discover
c'est
some
genre le
of the
mode
most
mission.
imaginative
En
game
gros.
loops we have ever designed.
En gros, c'est le mode
Fire
mission.
Team format allows us to emphasize teamwork and reward creativity. And it allows you to do things you've never done in Black Ops multiplayer before. You'll fight in squads
Ouais,
of
c'est
four
ça.
called Fire Teams.
Désamorcer une
You'll
bombe
deploy
ou
into
quoi.
larger maps, play fast, pushing through multiplayer objectives and modes that demand quick thinking. The
Je vais
action
nous donner un
won't
avant-goût
just
du Warzone
affect you,
aussi, comment la
but
map
the
sera.
environment you battle in. Enter Fire Team Dirty Bomb, one of the most
Même
unique
buggy.
game loops we've ever imagined.
On a des
You and your
tanks.
team must search for uranium. Then, deliver that uranium to Dirty Bombs positioned around the map. Deposit uranium and detonate the bomb. Now, avoid radioactive fallout as you navigate a toxic battlefield. Every decision you make impacts your survival rate and your
Moto,
success.
avion.
We can't wait to tell you even more about Fire Team Dirty Bomb and the other Fire Team modes and maps in the weeks ahead as we get closer to our public beta. I guess there's only one thing left to do. Let's play Black Ops Cold War.
Oh, il va tuer, je vous jure. La télé emblématique de Black Ops. Gameplay capturé entre Ops Insane. 1900. Bon. Il y a des nouvelles cinématiques, ça. Ok.
You're here because you're the best special forces NATO has to offer.
You're all that keeps the world from turning to cinders, comrades.
We work off the books.
Operate in the shadows.
To keep the wolves at bay.
Today, we reshape the world.
What the fuck are we doing in Miami?
Encore le RPG 7, hein, le présent. C'est une merde que je galère à monter en... Oh, bien smooth. Oh, il est chillé smooth. Comme ça, peu de gens vont rentrer, mais bon. On peut plonger sous l'eau, combat sous l'eau. On n'a pas trouvé les mitraillettes, hein. On a ça. Eh ouais, on l'a énervé. On meurt. Oh, les couvertures, si tu veux. Nous mettrait un accessoire genre sur les couvertures pour se tromper. Oh, ça tire dans tous les sens. Il a l'air tarpin fluide le jeu. Il a l'air tarpin dynamique. C'est un truc de fou. RCXD à l'ancienne flow. À fourrer. Franchement, s'il faut une carte Warzone, ça va être plus multi-saison dessus, je pense. La neige d'un côté, la forêt de l'autre, le sable. Ouais, c'est bon. C'est la bombe. 13 novembre il sort. Si vous le précommandez, vous allez l'avoir avant. Bien sûr, c'est obligé. Zombie les gars, le singe, le singe. Oh là là, ça c'est bon ça. Oh ça c'est bon, le zombie les gars. On a la confirmation. Confirmation du retour du zombie. Oh. Ça va être... Oh, on va faire des lives les gars. Oh, le mode zombie, le mode zombie. Il va être ouf le mode zombie. Oh. Ça y est là, je crois. On attend un peu quand même. Ah ouais, le zombie hard, mais hardcore le zombie. C'est obligé qu'il nous révèle un peu du zombie. Tu fous le singe, le retour du singe. Voilà. Ah, c'est pas fini.
The Depths and Prayer just gave us our first look into the details around the next generation of global combat for Cold War multiplayer, so thank you, team.
We are pumped to start showcasing all the different deniable operations and signature combat experiences they've been talking about. This right here is where we step into the awesome chaos of multiplayer, and wow, does what they've got on tap this year look good.
We're going live with Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War multiplayer, bringing you action from dozens of top creators and CDL pros from across the planet. From their homes to our studio to you in a way and scale we've never done before. Each one of them is about to deep dive into the game.
Et je me languis le 8 novembre. Le 8 octobre, pardon. On teste ça là. J'ai trop envie de tester. On met rien que le zombie à la fin. Oh. Le retour du zombie l'équipe. Ça va se faire des gros lives sur le zombie les gars. Obligé. Obligé. Waouh. Franchement, ils ont tapé fort.
This sounds awesome! Are you okay? Are you ready?
Holy shit, yes, I am ready!
Let's do this!
Oh.
What's up, guys? I'm Nameless, and I'm here to make sure that you guys don't miss any of the crazy moments that we have throughout the day. We have some of the top streamers from around the entire world itching to play Cold War, and we're going to be kicking it off here very shortly. These guys have been streaming.
Maintenant?
Favorite guys playing, you know, different games that we've
Attends, il parle encore.
years, and playing up some of them on the screen right now. We are going to have some of the guys that I've been loving to play with and watch over the years. Bobby Paul,
Streamer to watch. Eh ouais. Attends, il faut l'annoncer.
You know these guys from YouTube, from Twitch, from all over the world. One of my favorites being Nick Merckx, Noah J, Sean J Gaming, and also Marksman. I can't wait to watch these guys drop in on Armada. Symphony, Teep, Tim the Tatman, hopefully he can stay on the map, and also Try Max. It's going to be an incredible day. We also have many more CDL pros. They're going to be all participating today. And now let's take a look at what these guys are going to be starting off with. 12 versus 12 combined arms domination on Armada. This is the first map ever to be fully on water. But let's kick things off, and I'm going to throw it to Maven and Merc.
Thank you so much, Nameless. Yes, for the commentary, myself and Big Merc.
Ils vont jouer en live.
I'm just so excited to be here. Obviously, we love revealing these things, and well, I cannot wait to jump into the gameplay. The trailers, they just look so darn good.
Yeah, it's like death taxes, and we know we got Call of Duty every year. I'm excited to get into this and look at all, the new modes.
Bon bah ça va être du bateau, du pampan, je vais peut-être jouer sniper.
Pas vraiment, je crois.
On va voir. Je que c'est pas la meilleure map pour commencer, je trouve.
Il va galérer à trouver une partie.
Merci inconnu. Bienvenue mec.
Ah, c'est trop. Je vais régaler, va.
Merci BZK. Bon, bah là maintenant, j'espère que ça va pas bugger, que ça va marcher. Moi, ça avait bugué là, hein. Moi j'ai pas pu jouer. On est quelques-uns à pas avoir pu jouer justement. C'était le soir du.
AK-74.
Je suis arrivé un peu en retard parce que du coup ça avait
Mon
été en
père.
retard. Et bah, je jouais avec la Lutti. Donc voilà, l'AKU elle est vraiment cool.
MP5.
J'ai pas trop joué avec. Je pense que je.
La commando, ouais, bien sûr.
AKU. Peut-être un peu sniper. On va voir.
Tundra, oh le Tundra. Oh, ce qu'on a vu. Le... DayZ, dommage.
Série de points, ça va être drôle. Ça va être une frappe au napalm. J'ai pas trop aimé. Machine de guerre. J'ai pas fait attention. De toute façon, je mets les deux hélicos. Hein. Genre pas de race. Hein. Non, c'est quoi, je vais mettre ça. Frappe de napalm, c'était cool, mais ça tue pas tant que ça. Il faut quand même un autre score. Imaginons qu'on ait quand même des bons joueurs, des joueurs pro ou quoi dans notre lobby. Ça va être dur de faire ces streaks. Du coup, mettre les deux hélicos, bon, si on joue qu'au drone, ça va être un peu relou. Score streak ou kill streak? Ouh, alors attends, je crois que c'était une mécanique bizarre. J'ai pas fait attention, vous allez voir en game. Genre quand tu meurs, ta série continue. Enfin, non. Mais en gros, quand tu fais des grosses. Je sais pas comment expliquer. C'est pas quand tu meurs, elle continue, mais genre, en fait, c'est comme si t'avais une barre de stamina, tu vois, une barre de mana que tu chargeais pour les score streaks. Et genre, tu meurs, hop, ça te retire énormément. Mais quand tu fais des grosses séries, tu vois, genre, ça la monte plus rapidement. Tu sais, quand tu fais genre 4 kills d'affilée en genre 3 secondes, ça monte giga vite. Et par contre, si tu campes et que tu fais un kill toutes les minutes, bah ta barre monte pas tant que ça, tu vois. Je sais pas, il y avait un délire dans le genre, je crois.
Bon, ça va, ça.
Vous regarderez, moi j'ai pas fait attention. Moi je mettais les hélicos, je mettais machin, comment je les ai. Voilà, hein. Des combos un peu, ouais. Relance la gamme, non. Alors Amar il est bon. Jack Scott ça me parle aussi. Shooter Maggie. Ouh là là, j'aime pas trop ça là. C'est Maggie le joueur pro? Mon mate? Mon ancien mate? C'est lui vous pensez? Non. Si c'est lui ça va être dur le lobby. Hein. Il était fort.
Du monde qui a la bêta. Ça fait. T'as l'accès là. Si?
Ouais, sur PC, ouais. Oh, c'est peut-être lui parce que regarde, il est. Sony PS4? Non, c'est PC PS4. Regarde, c'est Battle.net, PS4, Battle.net, PS4. PS4, c'est là que tu vois qu'il y a déjà le cross-platform. Il y a 3 joueurs PS4 là. Oui, c'est pas les enfants de cœur qui jouent. Ouais, c'est des bons. Bah, c'est. Ah là là, on joue pas des journalistes. Hein. Ouais, vous avez pas connu hein, cette époque qui était trop bien quand t'allais tester le jeu en avant-première et que tu jouais contre des journalistes d'un peu tous les pays. Ça croustillait sous la dent, c'était cool, tu peux même savoir en avance s'il y avait la nuque dans le jeu. Non, non, là c'est pas le cas là. Amar, c'est pas l'allemand, si c'est lui. C'est lui, il joue sur Fortnite, il joue sur Warzone. Il est connu en Allemagne. Il joue Fortnite aussi.
40 ans les parties à se lancer. Ah c'est grave.
Y a pas de choix de moi. Bah après moi je suis bien, parce que je suis en France. Du coup je joue sur les serveurs Europe et en plus les joueurs pro, les Tomé, etc. Bah du coup ils sont dans la ligue, hein. Du coup ils sont où? Ils sont sur les serveurs US. Ah je suis machin là moi. Du coup même si je joue plus activement, on est bien. Après je dis ça, il y avait des joueurs qui étaient quand même très très bons. C'est ma guilde la team Apex, je pense ouais. Avec que des influenceurs ouais. Enfin je pense. Ok les gars c'est parti. Let's do it.
Allez. On va voir un peu du gameplay.
Ratio victoire défaite 1. Rouge 2. Ok. Ok guys. Putain ça va être marrant sur la game que j'ai AFK. Il y a une game que j'ai AFK vraiment j'étais vraiment pas friand du gameplay. Du coup vous allez voir moyenne élimination 1. Ratio victoire défaite 0. Après cette map j'ai fait qu'une fois hein, donc on l'a gagné les gars. On va jouer quoi? Vas-y on va jouer sniper. Ok non pas sniper au début. Après sniper si je vois que ça campe.
La commando, c'est hard ça.
Ok guys. Quoi? C'est pas mes touches? Comment c'est... Ah si c'est bon. Salut à tous. Moi je m'arrête là les gars. Léo. Ouh, on a déchiré. Ouh. Et moi je suis pas un mec qui nage moi les gars. Là ce que je voulais faire, je voulais vraiment pas prendre la tyrolienne hein. Je voulais vraiment aller dans l'eau tu vois pour me désaltérer un petit peu parce qu'il fait un peu chaud quand même. Donc ouais.
Ah ils ont trop de la chance déjà entendu. Mais moi c'est pas aller quand même.
C'est que genre imagine des gens qui... Par contre tu peux pas rester très longtemps. C'est pire que PUBG hein. Genre tu restes 3 secondes tu t'étouffes hein. Donc c'est pour éviter que les gens campent. Non mec on est dans la même équipe. Oh là là je sens que je suis tombé avec
Hardcore. Oh.
Je vais pas de ça. Je joue AK. AK là bouge plus mais au moins je fais plus de dégâts. Parce que commando c'est un peu l'arme qui bouge pas mais qui tire des billes un peu.
Hacker.
Lui, il est en train de stun trap avec Oh il a pas fait exprès lui. Il est où?
C'est chaud. Franchement, c'est bizarre à voir.
Franchement la map
Ça change.
toutes les maps comme ça un peu grandes.
Ah même moi j'aime pas trop, je suis pas fan de ce mode de guerre terrestre. Hein. Pas pour les...
Ok voilà, et là il va y avoir du sniper. Tire à travers, je vais mourir. Ça récupère notre vie. Après ça va être des modes normaux. Elle est où Mathieu?
Il a détruit.
On est marre de louper cette tiro à chaque fois là hein.
Ah j'aime pas trop ce mode de jeu. Pas trop fan.
Non mais ce mode de jeu je sais qu'il y a des gens qui vont être friands tu vois. C'est pour ça
Ah mode dégoûte.
je sais qu'il
Vraiment pas fan du tout. Dégueulasse. Bah, les maps sont bien faites. Mais...
Genre l'autre fois j'ai joué
Comment
sniper
dire?
dessus, après je me dis que je vais pas faire ma première game au sniper. Parce que l'autre fois je l'avais pas fait la première, moi j'ai fait la dernière et du coup
du terrain, c'est quoi? Lolo.
Ah, tu vois, ce que je vous disais, ce qui ressemble un peu à la microstation. Il va où?
Ouf. C'est bon en face.
Enfin, j'arrive à la prendre cette tiro.
Ok. Bon.
En fait, faut que j'arrive à passer chez eux.
Bon, merci pour ce live. Verte. Je fais une vidéo pour samedi. Samedi, je vais vous parler. On va mettre toutes les informations. Je vais vous montrer du gameplay que je vais récupérer. Donc, à samedi. Vendredi, la vidéo, les gars, qui sortira top 1. Omega. Match. Donc, pensez-y. Allez liker. Faire.